is good, everybody, and welcome to your Wednesday weekday wagers. My name is Mark Wallace. So glad that you're able to join us today. And if you're catching us live, you are right on time. If you're watching us after the show's already dropped, then you're already behind. You got to catch up. Catch us every weekday, Monday through Friday, right here on Coaching Company's YouTube channel at 2 o'clock Eastern. Especially, yesterday on the show, I did allude to the fact that maybe DG might have been stealing some of my mojo. And after yesterday, him and his magic 8-ball, I don't know what I need to do. Maybe there needs to be some degree of separation here because I seem to do much better with my picks when it's just Rob and I. It's a weird thing. Speaking of Rob, maybe Rob can shed a little light on that, but let's nothing like green check marks. Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, man, don't call me a mojo thief. I just come here and do my job and cash tickets. That's all I'm here to do.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't say you were a thief. I'm just saying maybe that mojo's rubbing off and we were, I always seem to do better when it's you and I on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for whatever reason. The only common denominator I can figure out is DG.
That's it.
We had a great night last night. Big night. I know not just here on Weekday Wagers, but on the site as well. We were cashing quite a bit of tickets. We also have tomorrow. We have a huge show lined up tomorrow. And it's hard. I know it's Wednesday, and I'm already talking about what Thursday shows bring because it's hard to contain that kind of excitement. It is the first day of the NFL season, and more importantly, it's our first weekday wagers show to start an NFL season.
Absolutely. And my team is playing. I don't know what team will show up, but they are going to be on my TV tomorrow night, so I'll be watching.
I can't wait, actually, to see that game tomorrow night, find out the outcome. Because Friday, one of two things is either going to happen.
I don't know. StreamYard's been acting weird for me too. I don't know.
The hell was that?
I don't know.
One of two things is going to happen on Friday. Either one, you're going to be so excited because Dallas did something that nobody expected them to do and actually beat the Phillies. Or you're going to be, and I don't want to say as dejected as Mikey P was when Micah Parsons got sent to the Green Bay Packers, but you're going to have that sort of sentiment of, shit, this is going to be a long season.
No, because I'm used to it by now. And I think Mikey P's more upset about Micah Parsons than I was, honestly, which they should be because they get to play him now at least twice a year. No, I'm just, all I'm going to look for is if my bets cash, whatever happens can happen.
And you know what, Joe? Joe Neuenfeld just called me out.
Yeah, I heard it.
I know. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. I know it's the Eagles. You know what threw me off? I don't know what the hell just happened here. And all of a sudden, I didn't touch a single button and something just flashed up on the screen. So I don't – yeah, it threw
y'all
me
don't even let me
off a
push.
little bit,
Y'all
Joe.
don't even let me push buttons, so it wasn't me.
No, but the one thing that we do, in fact, we look forward to what you do, is the player props. And for those of you who don't know, all right, and Rob, I'll be real quick. You and I go back. We both cut our teeth in this industry roughly about the same time. And one of the things that has always worked well between you and I is that I tend to focus more on sides, totals, and teams. Your focus is on player props, especially in hockey, football, and as most of you already know, with home runs in baseball. This is really where you hone in, and I think it's kind of why we work so well together is that we can attack a single game, so many different ways. And yes, I dabble in player props, and yes, you dabble with totals and sides as well. But we really do have our real strengths when it comes to approaching games. How do you feel going into this season, and are there already some props that you're looking to target?
I'm excited. I did my research for this weekend, probably Friday nights when I really started honing in on it. And it's crazy to see how lines have changed this season compared to last season. It's like the books have already caught up. And I'm looking at it, a week before it's even the first game of the season. But you got lines even for this weekend that are already like, I may not play that one because it's already way too high or it's already way too juiced. But I did find a lot that I like this weekend, and I've got a few guys, even 2 guys tomorrow, a guy on Friday, and then I got the weekend covered as well.
All right. Well, you know what? It is now going to become a weekly Wednesday segment, something we like to call a little hard target. And let's talk about those guys that you like. Look at that graphic. That is amazing. I love that. You got Smith, Mahomes, McBride, and Hubbard, old Mother Hubbard, on here as the guys that you are targeting for props for week 1 in the NFL. Kind of walk me through this list. I know you've got Smith on there. What is it about Smith that you like, especially for tomorrow night?
So for Devontae Smith, it's not even his total yards. It's always his longest reception because Smith is the deep ball guy. A.J. Brown's the alpha. Smith is the guy that you go for if you want a deep ball. And his line was at 21 plus on FanDuel yesterday at minus 125. That line has already jumped. It was like 5 minutes afterwards. It jumped another yard. I still like it all the way up to probably 24 or 25 yards, but he's cashed in this in 4 of his last 5 games against Dallas. He had multiple long receptions in their last matchup, going for 49 and 25. And then he also posted long receptions of 46, 45 in recent games. So he has that ability to go deep on Dallas. Dallas ranks 32nd overall against wide receivers last season. Now, I know Diggs was down. I know Bland was down. But Bland has been on Devontae Smith before. And unlike his name, it's not a Bland DB. He's a good DB. But just looking at the metrics, looking at the history, Devontae's cashed this almost every time he plays against Dallas. I love this spot, especially with Philly wanting to probably open it up early and unload the clip early on Dallas. I think this gets cashed probably in the first half.
I like it too. For those of you who don't already know, I gave that play out yesterday here. I am all over Dallas Dallas getting their butts kicked in the first half. I'm on the Philadelphia Eagles show. Minus 4.5 on the first half. You got Pat Mahomes on here, and I don't know how I feel about that. I hope you're targeting a lot of his unders. Is why he's on here. But why are you looking at Mahomes and the Chiefs, who play Friday night against my beloved Chargers?
Now, I'm kind of like Coach when it comes to unders. I don't usually touch those, but this prop shouldn't hurt you, Mark. Well, it could hurt you. Either way. Mahomes over 16 rushing yards is at minus 125, and I got that at Fanatics. It's around 16.5 at all the other books, but I was able to snag 16 even at Fanatics. But he's going against your Chargers. Now, look, your Chargers aren't a bad team. I'll give them their flowers. But Patty averages 26.4 rushing yards in his last 8 games versus the Chargers. He's clearing 16 plus in almost his last season. He was averaging about 11 to 17 yards a game last season. Okay. And the Chargers, not just Mahomes, but they have allowed 6 other quarterbacks to do the same thing to them in the last 10 games. 7 if you include Mahomes. So quarterbacks are getting out of the pocket, and they're running on L.A. Patrick, his rush attempts are right around 4 to 5, but some of that goes down to if he's kneeling down. I don't know if we get the kneel down in this one. I think it's going to be a tight game. You also got to think of the field metrics. The field is not great last year when they played in that stadium. Wide receivers slipping, running back slipping, and maybe one of those deals he gets out of the pocket. Somebody falls down, he just has to take off. But I just think his metrics against the Chargers, what the Chargers allowed against other quarterbacks, and how you, like me, you think you got the Chiefs bottled up, you think you got them, and then he just takes off. And he does what? He gets a first down, gets a new set of downs. Happens almost every time I watch a Mahomes game. So I really love this number at 16. I would probably go all the way up to right at 18 on this rushing yards prop.
Yeah, and you know what? I got to be honest with you. I actually love this prop to target Mahomes here against the Chargers defense. And I'll tell you why. The Chargers defense, quarterbacks were able to run on them so much because defensively they were covering the passing lanes and played passing defense so well that oftentimes it was forcing quarterbacks out of the pocket and they had to scramble. The Chargers had the best yards per point defensive metric last season. and their defense got stronger this year. So I love this look. I figured Mahomes is going to be scrambling anyway. That's what he does. Let's go with the yards. I like that play. Walk me through McBride. What do we got?
So McBride was tricky. When I looked at this prop and I looked at New Orleans, surprisingly, in their last 10 games to end the season, there was a lot of red. They were holding tight ends to unders. And then I looked at the tight ends that they faced. You got names like Cody Parkinson, Daniel Bellinger, Devin Culp, guys some of you never even heard of before. But then when you look at the big names they played, David Njoku, Tucker Kraft for Green Bay, and Brock Bowers, they went off on New Orleans. Look, the Saints, I think we can all agree, are going to be one of the worst, if not the worst team in the league this season. You'll see them on this list probably quite a bit this year. But Trey McBride, he's Kyler's safety blanket, right? You got Marvin Harrison Jr. there. It's going to be his sophomore year. I expect bigger things out of Marvin. But when it boils down to it, Kyler's going to be looking at Trey McBride. In his last 8 of his last 10 games, he's cleared this, averaging 82.4 receiving yards during that time. He averages 9.2 targets. He had 147 total targets last season. That's second among tight ends. He finished the 2024 season with 111 receptions, 1,146 receiving yards, also second best of the tight ends. I just think safety blanket, Kyler, he's already one of those guys who, if he's on his game, he's good, but if he's not, he's not. So he's always going to look for Trey more than he does Marvin or anybody else in that offense.
I'm going to shoot 3 teams at you real quick. This has nothing to do with the hard target segment, but you just brought up a great point. New Orleans, Las Vegas, or New York Giants? 3 worst.
New Orleans.
New Orleans the worst?
I think New Orleans is the worst. When you think of that team, and I do a lot of this research, and when I only think of that team, I think of Alvin Kamara and Spencer Rattler. There's not many other guys I think of who actually even plays for New Orleans right now.
Gotcha.
I don't even know if Juwan Johnson, the tight end who used to play for him, I think he's still there. But other than that, the other teams I think have slowly started their rebuilds. They won't be there this year, but I think the Saints are definitely at rock bottom right now.
Gotcha. All right, little tangent. Let's get back to the targets here. Get back on target, I guess is the best way to put that. How's that?
Yeah,
Let's go through the last guy here. We got Hubbard. Old Mother Hubbard. What do we got?
Yeah, Chuba Hubbard, man. He's one of those backs that you don't really hear a lot of. He just does everything. If you play fantasy, you know Chuba Hubbard. But when it comes to betting, you probably don't bet him a ton. But I'm going with his 8+ reception yards. I got this at -110 at Bet365. He had a great end to last season. He cashed it in all three of his last games with 4 receptions and 15 receiving yards in each one. The biggest thing is having Bryce Young back. When Bryce Young was going through whatever it was, Chuba was kind of non-existent. When Bryce Young came back in week 8, they cleared this line together in 6 of their last 8 games. And then you look at Jacksonville versus running backs. Running backs averaged 3.6 targets, 2.9 receptions, and 22 receiving yards against the Jags last season. You know, they don't pressure the quarterback. They actually have the second lowest rate in the NFL of allowed opponents to accumulate 5.6 yards after catch. So I think, too, you look at going back to your money line and spreads, the Panthers are a 7.5 underdog at most books, which means they're going to be throwing the ball quite a bit. Right. They added Rico Dowdle, and they added, if you don't know this guy, Trevor Etienne. He came out of Georgia. He was at Florida originally, and one of the biggest knocks on Trevor, even at Florida, is he doesn't pass block. He's terrible at pass blocking. With that and being in the NFL, I don't think you see a ton of Trevor. You'll see a little bit of Rico, but it's really going to be Chuba's game right now.
I like it. I like that look. Hey, listen. That is 4 guys, Thursday, Friday, 2 on Sunday. Get those lines in now because, right, I mean, you've already seen lines that are getting too juiced where you're like, nah, not even worth playing.
Yeah, and I put these up. If you remember Just the Stat Sports, I put these up yesterday afternoon. I tried to get them all in. So they're all up there. They'll be there. But, yeah, I would get them in now because like the Devontae Smith one, it changed literally 5 minutes after I put the bet in. I'm not saying I moved that line, but that's how quick it happens.
And we do have some recommendations in the chat. Actually, we have a question. Rich Mabee says, tomorrow's weather scares me a little. If conditions are good, he loves CD over the receiving yards and Dak over passing yards and over 1.5 TDs. Thoughts? These are your Cowboys. Any thoughts?
It's tricky just because of what's coming out there tomorrow night. I don't know what we're going to see. I know they've said that the locker room is actually a little bit better now that Micah's gone. I think he was kind of like a Rafael Devers situation in Boston.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of guys that weren't on board with him. But as far as CD and Dak goes, Dak in the previous years has played well against Philly. He's actually got a winning record against Philly. Complete different teams that he was on then. But it wouldn't surprise me if Dak threw 2 tutties tomorrow.
Okay. And I like the Taj has come in with 2 NFL props that he likes for this weekend. He's starting with good old Patty Mahomes to throw a INT at -115. I like that one a lot. I think the Chargers defense is solid. Their passing defense is what held them and kept them in games last year. They don't give you too many opportunities to squeak one by. And if you make just the smallest of mistakes, they're going to burn you. So I love that look on there. He's also on George Pickens to go over 53.5 receiving yards at -140. He says he thinks he got that at BetMGM. Any thought on Mr. George Pickens?
I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Pickens. Again, he's on a new team. And I want to see what he does. I want to see how the offense actually gels. So as far as like the wide receivers go for Dallas tomorrow, I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting and seeing what it looks like. I think they will have to play catch up tomorrow. So I think that is a solid look because they're going to be passing the ball a lot. But for me, and I'm a Cowboys fan, I still got to wait and see what game 1 actually looks like with these guys.
Okay. And Kim, appreciate you spewing facts on the younger ETN.
Yeah, a hell of an athlete. Won't take away anything out of his athletic ability, but when it comes to pass blocking, he sucks. He absolutely sucks. And when you're a young running back in the NFL, that's one of the biggest things they're looking for is how well you pass block.
And we do have this. Any first touchdowns for tomorrow? Scotty Y or Scott. You know what? I'm just going to call you Scotty right now because it just kind of flows. So, Scotty, you're going to want to tune in tomorrow at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, right here on Coach and Company, because it's not just the DG and Robbie Thursday show. Look, we are so excited for the NFL. All 3 of us are going to be on for tomorrow's NFL kickoff show. So yes, I am sure we will have some first TDs to throw in there. Make sure you tune in for that. Speaking of wagers, Rob, yeah. We believe it or not, we do have plays for tonight still, right?
Crazy, right?
What are you on tonight and why?
I'm going to my favorite White Sox player ever, and I'm not talking about Frank Thomas. I'm talking about Colson Montgomery to hit his 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at +110. I'm really not sure how this number is +110 and for 2. I also like him for a home run prop, +500. But look, we didn't get the home run last night on Montgomery. He let us down, but he did cash this prop last night, and he's cashed this in 6 of his last 10 games, 7 when you include last night. He should bat 5th tonight, which is one of Zebby's weakest spots. Zebby Matthews, also not a great pitcher. He's allowing 4 home runs to the 5-hitter, so as long as Colson's batting 5th, I love that spot for him. He's 2 for 3 against Zebby Matthews as well with 1 home run. Zebby struggles against left-handed batters. He's allowing 6 home runs in his last 29 innings pitched to left-handed batters. Zebby averages 5.9 hits, 2.7 ERs, dating back to May 30th. So good spot for Colson. Hell, it might even be a good spot for the White Sox. They handled their business last night. Maybe they do it again against Zebby tonight.
It's interesting, isn't it? The Minnesota Twins have just – it's like they've fallen off a cliff. And for a team that I mean, I know that they got rid of everybody at the trade deadline, so I know all that. But it's kind of shocking just to see the quit in some of these teams at this stage. I mean, quite frankly, some of the ridiculousness that took place yesterday. Another side tangent, we'll be quick on this one as well. Did you realize, I mean, so we had a first inning brawl when Kyle Freeland gives up a 2-run bomb to Rafael Devers in the top of the first and then feels disrespected on the home run trot. That to me is, and I gave a rant on it this way. It was so disgusting. It bothers me. You know, There's so many other reasons for Kyle Freeland to feel disrespected and feels like he needs to say something about. I don't know. Try your 3-14 record, Kyle.
Yeah. Or the 15 fans who paid money to come in there to watch that game.
Right. It's ridiculous. They did sell out. So here's, as I was looking at this and doing a little research, the Coors Field sold out on Saturday against the Cubs. Sold out. Packed house. You want to know why? Because they threw a beer event right after the game. The only way you could get into the beer event was that you had to buy a Rockies ticket. So in essence, what the Rockies have done is they've taken Coors Field and turned it into a bar where the occasional baseball game takes place.
I love that for the Rockies.
When the front office and the city is disrespecting the team, I don't know you should be picking a fight with the San Francisco Giants because they trot slowly around the bases after they just blasted you for a 2-run shot in the first inning. Are you doing it?
Dude, my hands are literally right here.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
I don't know what the hell that was.
All right.
This is like a weird off the rails. Like we go off the rails, but it's like self-inflicted. I don't know what is happening now.
It's almost like a Halloween show. Like this is haunted. I don't even know what's going on right now. Yeah. Tosh says play the A's on the money line here at -115. I don't mind that look. I think the A's are one of those teams that have been playing surprisingly better lately. Oh God.
It's throwing you off. I know.
Yeah, it is. This is not normal. All right, somebody's playing around. I can't. I can't see. I don't know who's producing this at this point because I
don't even have the tools to produce this, so it's not me. So I don't know what's happening.
let me get my play in real quick before I still have this. I'm going with the 2-team NRFI. Why? Because we cashed one last night, and yes, I'm going to attack the Texas Rangers here in this spot. Texas and Colorado. You put them both together for a -119. I got that over on DraftKings. But Texas is taking on Arizona's Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen is not the pitcher that he used to be or was last season. However, when he's at home, he is a NRFI magnet. I love this spot. I love this spot to target the Rangers here. The Rangers are only batting 163 in the first inning on the road in the last 30 days, so I think it's a great spot there. And then I'm also we were just talking about the Rockies and feeling disrespected. I'm going to pile on the disrespect train and bank on them to not score in the first inning against Robbie Ray and the San Francisco Giants. Put them both together for a -119. Yeah. Hold on.
I've been watching a lot of horror movies lately. Maybe it's just in my head. What the hell is that?
All right. I know what this is. It took me a second. I've got this figured out. Oh, man. I told you. Tomorrow's going to be a huge show. We got it's the three of us on a Thursday. I know what this is. I know what it is. It's not three of us on Thursday. There's going to be four of us. There is a mystery guest coming for tomorrow's show. Look at that. I'm trying to figure out what the hell all this flashing stuff and the sounds was even meant. I got it. I think I know who it is. I'm not sure. I will tell you that if it is who I think it is, Weekday Wages is just going to get turned upside down. It will be the best show ever. Yeah. I can't even tell. I am so pumped up. Look,
full disclosure, I don't even know who this is. This is all news to me.
And the only reason I know is that never mind. there was some discussion that was taking place on the Twitter, and yes,
Send me a text after the show.
Some cryptic messaging, if you will, about, hey, how's the show going? Are you guys, what time are you guys on in the afternoon? Got to make sure to catch it, stuff like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? It doesn't make any sense. So if it is who I think it is, tomorrow's show is going to be, I don't know why this popped in my head, Rob, but I'm just going to say it. It's going to be bananas. BANANAS. Bananas.
I love that one. Sound like Michael Scott from The Office.
So I can't wait. So while we look forward to tomorrow, because I could be wrong. I do not know who the mystery guest is. Anything tonight that you are going to keep an eye out for?
Yeah, our daily dingers.
Oh, my God. See? Let's get to those real quick. We still got those. Oh, my God. I can't believe this. We'll get to these real quick. We got Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge, Willie Adams. Speaking of Adams family. Juan Soto, and put the kettle on Marte. Who do you like on this list and why?
I don't know about Willie Adams, but I'm going to go with Big Willie Adames at plus 310. Look, yesterday was his birthday, so if he could fight if he wanted to. So that's exactly what he did. Got in a fight first at bat. He didn't even get to bat, so he got in a fight. So if you had any Adames tickets, I hope they voided. Mine did. He decided to get in a fight on his birthday. Today, he gets some retribution. He's going to go out there and smash a home run. He's 2 for 4 with 2 home runs on German Marquez already. Wind is blowing out. It's him and Devers. I don't even mind Devers again for a 3rd straight day. Those guys are going yard tonight.
That is actually, I am going off the board because Rafael Devers is making a statement. He's the one that got into a fight with Freeland yesterday. If the Rockies thought he was disrespectful with yesterday's home run trot, wait till they see tonight's home run trot when it's the last time these guys face off against each other for the season. I am going off the board and taking Rafael Devers only because I love that narrative with the Rockies.
What is it? Swing that petty machete, baby.
That's it. That is it. Talk about swinging. We've got Taj's daily dingers, Guerrero to hit a home run at 350. Thoughts on that?
Taj. At Justin Stat Sports, I have a 3-man home run. I already gave out 2 of them. You just gave out the 3rd one. I like Vladdy, I like Colson, and I like Willie tonight.
That is a absolute blessing when you get Rob's approval on that. He's also got the Giants on the run line at -1.5. Yeah, I don't mind that. I played that last night. The juice was at -130. They bumped it up, obviously. I am on a first 7 team total that I found at DraftKings for -130. It's the over for the San Francisco Giants, over 4.5 runs at -130. First 7 innings is the way I'm attacking that game. I think it plays right into what you're doing, Taj, with the run line here. I do love the Giants to cover the run line. Scotty has the big dump.
He took a big one yesterday and hit a home run.
Oh, there we go. We got that. Anything else before we get on out of here?
I don't know. I don't know what else. Yeah.
Joe, you're absolutely right. I have lost my mind from all this. I still, honestly, I cannot tell you who was pushing the buttons to make the sounds and do all those things. We may have been, what's that? Not pranked, but
hijacked.
Somebody might have hijacked our show. I'm not sure who. It's not DG. I would see DG if he was in the waiting room. So I know it's not him.
Yeah. No, I'm going to fully ingrain myself in this Dallas-Philly game tomorrow, do a lot more research. I said I was going to do more research last night. Honestly, Mark, I did those write-ups on the site. I felt like I was writing an essay in college again. By the time I got those done, I was like, I can't look at a computer screen anymore. I had to go home. I just had to hang with the family.
Yep.
Tonight, different night. I'm going to go home, do a lot more research on that game and some others tonight. But, yeah, that's what I've got going on tonight.
Yeah, and I'm looking at not just some player props for tomorrow night. For me, the WNBA is really setting up to have some great advantage spots to take to attack. The LA Sparks. The LA Sparks right now have the most games remaining. They play a 42 game schedule. They have 3 games left. They played 39. 2 of those 3, they have to play the Atlanta Dream. The Sparks are on the outside looking in for the playoffs. The Valkyries are holding on to their playoff spot. They're all fighting Indiana, and Indiana only has 1 game left, which means that the Sparks and the Valkyries are in. Sparks are trying to get in. They hold the destiny in their own hands. A desperate team versus a team that is resting its starters going into the postseason. I have them covering the 7.5 points tonight. I think they might win outright. And if they don't win outright tonight, I am doubling down for the Sparks to win outright in game 2, which is in 2 days, in Atlanta, simply because Atlanta won't be playing anybody at that point. Yeah.
So a few thoughts. First of all, go Valkyries. They got a big win last night.
They did.
Watch my girls. I followed them on X so that I can keep up with them now. So I'm following them. They're my team. Another thing, some breaking news. Roman Anthony's on the IL. He looks like he sprained an oblique sprain, so that's going to hurt Boston. He's on the IL right now. And looks like Trayvon Diggs and Tyler Guyton are off the injury list. So Trayvon Diggs and Tyler Guyton, the star cornerback, star offensive lineman for Dallas, are a go for tomorrow night.
There we go. Right up to the minute. Look, breaking news as it happens. What a show. We got here. You know what I mean? We made it.
Yeah.
Now they go figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah.
Look, I've already said it. I can't wait. Tomorrow is going to be a jam-packed show. Weekday wagers Thursday, 2:00 Eastern time, right here on Coach and Company. We got a mystery guest to kick off the NFL season for Weekday wagers. With that being said, let's go out, enjoy your day, be kind to one another. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.